Good morning, riders. Today is Friday, November 6th, 2020. I'm Mrs. Knable, the teacher of RVET at the high school, as well as a member of the Rider News team. Today's news has lots of great information for you. First, we have a piece about hybrid completed by Derek. Then, we have some reminders from our nurses about the importance of hand washing. Now, and of course, when we go back to school. Then we have a piece completed by Level 3 student Adriana Myers, covering what it's like to be an actor during the pandemic. And lastly, we all always can use some great motivational information. So Ryan from Level 3 has a great quote for us for the motivational moment. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and this has been Rider News.
Washing your hands is easy, and it's one of the most effective ways to prevent the spread of germs. Wet your hands with clean running water. It can be warm or cold, and apply soap. Lather your hands by rubbing them together with the soap. Wash the fronts and backs, wrists, between your fingers, and under your nails. Scrub your hands for at least 20 seconds. You can sing the ABC song once, or the Happy Birthday song twice. Rinse your hands well under running water and then dry them with a clean towel, or air dry them. Turn off the faucet with a towel. If soap and water aren't available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Apply the sanitizer and rub your hands together until they're dry. This should take about 20 seconds. Wash your hands before you eat or touch your face. And after you use the restroom, go outside, blow your nose, cough or sneeze, or touch your face covering. Remember to follow everyday healthy habits. Wear a cloth face covering, stay 6 feet away from others, and stay home if you're sick. If you have any questions, contact your school nurse, working on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic in schools.
Our 2020 year took an unexpected turn once the national COVID-19 pandemic hit. But what is most shocking is how the pandemic and quarantine affected every individual differently. Depending on your location, the impact that it has had varies. As an aspiring actor, Rocky Myers has had a very interesting experience with our world's current conditions, considering he is across the country.
I mean, there's a lot of people out here, that's the big difference, I think. So it's very crowded. I live right in the middle of Los Angeles.
Throughout this entire year, California has been one of the most impacted states with rising infection rates that have reached a high of 12,000 new cases in one day. With this being the case, the film and TV industry has been presented with an intense obstacle, as Hollywood is responsible for supporting more than 2 million jobs and 400,000 American businesses.
The pandemic really affected my work. As an actor and a model, you go out on auditions, you go to casting offices all the time. But the pandemic hit and everything shut down completely. So literally nothing was being done. No shoots, no auditions. They weren't seeing people in rooms. So yeah, basically everything that I think about work-wise every day just all of a sudden came to a halt.
According to the U.S. Entertainment Industry Union, IATSE, about 120,000 film industry workers have already lost their jobs in Hollywood as a result of the coronavirus shutdown. Fortunately, with the technology we have today, some productions still found ways to continue providing work.
They're starting to, productions are getting restart dates and there's some already shooting again. So they are doing some auditions, but they're pretty much all self-tapes. So everything is done at home. You tape yourself and you send it in. This is probably going to be the new normal for a while. as far as for this industry, because if anybody gets sick, they're going to stop the production to see if anybody else gets sick. And
As of right now, California has had a total of 835,000 coronavirus cases, while Delaware has had a total of 21,243 coronavirus cases. For a while, Rocky experienced the restrictions set in place in Los Angeles before coming back to his hometown in Bowers Beach, Delaware, to escape the highly populated city.
it was a lot more strict out here, it seemed like. You go to the grocery store, and there were taped lines outside, like 6 feet apart, and we live right next to the Grove, which is a big tourist area. So it seemed like, because of all that, there was a lot more concern over it. So when we came to Delaware, it seemed more laid back. There's more space. It's not like you just run into people. You can go for a jog, go outside.
As the pandemic continues, things have slowly begun to improve, though it will take a while for things to go back to how they were before COVID-19 struck.
Welcome to Motivational Moment. I'm your host, Ryan Limbaugh. Today's quote reads, "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take," by Wayne Gretzky. It's easy to want to give up due to the fear of failure, but you'll never get what you want if you don't stand up and take that shot for yourself. This has been Motivational Moment with Ryan.